All right. We're recording tonight on all our topics. Whatever we need to talk about tonight is coming up strong. I mean, we have challenges, we have things in our lives that we need to remind each other about and how to support each other. And that's kind of what we're talking about. Talking about remembering to be strong and remembering what each other said to each other when we come to fight these battles, when we need to stay strong. Don't give in. Don't take the easy way out. Because it's so much easier to go backwards than forwards than to stay strong and to use our tools. Like I was just saying, I see those toddlers, man. It's so easy to be bad. They follow the leader. That's what I want to do, man. Instead of making the green choices that we call in school, they go on at the red choices, man. One person's out throwing the toys today. I went in the toddler room today. One kid was throwing the dinosaurs. Then the other kid picked up. I said, no, we don't throw the dinosaurs. Yeah, we do. And they're all throwing the dinosaurs. And then I says the one kid started putting it in. I said, "Yeah, look at one little toddler's doing the right thing." Heck no, they didn't want to follow him. They kept throwing. It was easier. It was easier.
It's more fun.
Yeah,
It's
it was
more
more fun,
A lot
right?
more fun.
It was all flying all over, was hitting everybody. They were just in there laughing. And I said, "Okay, that's fun. Now let's just try to put it away." But you know, but they stopped. They stopped and I said, let's think about this. We're all have to pick this up. Miss Donna's not picking it up. You guys are going to help me. Then they thought about it. Yeah. Now look what we have to do. We got to pick it up, put it back together. So if we didn't have to do that in the beginning, we could have moved on and had some fun because the next step they were going to do was painting. And they all liked painting. So
and
that's
then
what
they
we
all
did.
missed out because they were not.
Well, no, when Miss Brianna came back from her break, because I just filled in for a break, she got to do the painting. But they put all the dinosaurs in a little box for me, so that was cool.
Oh, nice.
So that was
Yeah, but the point of all that is that growth is phenomenally good for us and challenges us, but it's challenging and it's not easy. It's hard. And so many times it just seems like it's overwhelming and it's too much and we don't wanna and it's work and it's scary and there's that temptation to always revert back to who we were and what we were doing and it's not really helpful. It doesn't help us to move forward. And I think that there's where, the support of a good coach, there's where the support of a good group can be so beneficial. And that's where we all help each other, um, and bring each other to like what is really going on and why it's really going on and how the growth is so beneficial for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And regression is part of the process because sometimes you have to look, try it out again and realize, oh no, not for me, and move forward.
Right.
So that's okay if you're, stopping and looking back, being like, do I really want that? It's good at least you're questioning that in yourself.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can remember how it felt. Did it feel that good or not? No, because maybe it felt good for a second, but then what about the consequences? It wasn't that great, was it? Remember all the suffering and all the crying and all the struggles that you had to do? It wasn't that great. So I remember what I went through. I just want to pass that up and just keep moving on. I already did that. I already was back there. I'm choosing to move forward, even though it's hard. So I just sometimes you don't even want to do it. You just want to sit there and like even do nothing. I think doing nothing is even better than going backwards.
Yeah, because at
Yeah.
least you're giving yourself the capability or the space to kind of reflect and get
Mm.
more information in order to be able to make a decision.
Yeah, because I have those days when I don't even want to get out of bed in the morning. I just want to sit there and reflect and reflect. And it feels so stuck. But at the same time, I know I'm not going backwards. I'm not going backwards. So what does forward look like, and how does that feel, and how to make those tiny steps, even if it's like the tiniest step forward, or like you said, Sheila, not a step backwards, is sometimes like a step forward, because it's so easy to go back.
I
I
agree.
have an question for you.
Yeah.
So I know you said you're not going backwards, but and you feel stuck, but do you feel like it's people around you that are keeping you in this confine, or is it more you feeling like you can't break free of what everybody else's expectations and perceptions of you?
Mm.
Hmm. Well, it's sort of both. I mean, everybody does have those expectations and things, but I always feel like, I should be strong enough to break past anybody's expectations and do my own thing and be my own person. And why should I let anybody else dictate how I feel or what I do? So, there's that. There's just a lot of I think it's not so much, even it is other people, it's other people in other time dimensions. It's caring about, it's actually me caring about relationships with people past and present and future, and kind of trying to make it all work out, um let's say, like, without rocking any boat. And I think boats have to sink in order to move forward. And boats sinking and bridges burning is pretty dramatic sometimes. And sometimes I feel like these things have to happen, and sometimes um I don't even know how they play out. But especially when you're dealing with people who aren't even there, who aren't present, who aren't alive anymore, and you've still gotta do something to break old habits that they created, and to get past, like, their guilt and their shame that's been passed on to you, and all these things that and then there's the expectations of the people who you care about and the people who love you, and all that other stuff, because they're used to seeing you in a certain light. And when all of a sudden you aren't that person that they came to know and love, or who think they know, but all of a sudden you're not that, it sets them up for a great deal of confusion, a great deal of disappointment, a great deal of just like anxiety about what's going on, or what's going on with you. And sometimes it's hard because, like in my case, I don't even know. It's just like, I've got to grow. I've got to break out of this thing, and whatever it takes, I'm going to do it. And shit, it's scary. It's just scary because I don't know. I don't know what it means. I don't know what it looks like. And I don't know, like, what the result is or what the effect is on myself or anybody else. So who knows? It's that big adventure called life, I guess. But um yeah, it's like you can either do it or you can hide from it, I guess. But and then I see myself like oscillating back and forth between the two, because I don't know. I don't know what it looks like. I don't know what it feels like. I don't have a clear idea. And I don't know if I'm strong enough to do what needs to be done. So, or am I really actually okay where I am? And maybe this is just like a weird ass phase that I'm going through, and I could just settle down and be complacent, and my life would be fine superficially, and everyone would think that. But
There you go. You said it would be fine superficially.
And
Yeah.
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 And something else that you mentioned, don't rock the boat. How many women have heard that?
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
we've
now
been
what that
indoctrinated to that, you
it
know?
ends up to be, guess what? You start to be the people pleaser instead of the
Mm.
Donna pleaser or the Robin pleaser or the Shayla pleaser because you don't want to rock the boat, but you're not as happy as you used to be. You're because you've changed and you've grown, but maybe your partner isn't as changed or caught up to your level yet. And they see this change and they like it maybe, but they don't know what to do with it because you're just this ball of fire or this something amazing or something they don't know what to do with, or they don't like it because you're so powerful and now it bothers them because they're not as powerful. Then what do you do? How do
Yeah,
they
what do you do
catch
with
up?
that?
Or even if they want to catch up. So
Mm.
now you're in a predicament. You do help them to learn and grow. What if they don't want to? Is it your responsibility? No, it's their responsibility. But you want to make everything work because you've been with your partner and you love your partner, I hope, whatever, or you want to make it work, or if it's not meant to be, like Robin, how do we know? Maybe it's time to, you know, fly away or burst out of something. Maybe you were in this stage long enough. I don't know. Who knows? That's the decision. I think that's the hardest thing. Once you learn all these things, what do you do then at this stage? Do you meditate? Do you seek advice? Do you pray? Where do you go from here now when you're at this stage?